Hi, I'm Brad Sugars and welcome to Business Basics. What we're going to look at in these next few minutes is a bit about the difference in the way people focus their lives. Different focuses for different people. And, well, let's examine which one will work best for you to make sure you get the most out of life. The past, the present, or the future. See, three different ways of looking at the world. Those that spend time in the past, those that spend time in the future, and those that spend most of their time in the present. And I'm sure you know people that meet each and every one of these categories. Let's go and first take a look at the past and why and how people end up with a focus there. One of the challenges with being in the past is, well, they're almost those people that relive life. Well, remember when? Oh, I remember when. You know, it's like their glory days have passed them by and now all of a sudden all they're going to do is live in the past, and that's the way it is. Now, this is kind of understandable for someone who's a little older because, well, you know, they know that the majority of their life is behind them, it's not in front of them. However, for the rest, it's not actually that's easy for you to sit there and say, well, this is the way I want to live. Because what happens is you get stuck in a past-present loop. And what do I mean by that? The past-present loop is kind of like a situation where you have to achieve X and you keep using all of the past history to justify what you're doing, how you're doing it, and why you're doing it. Now, learning from the past is extremely valuable. Using the past to stop you trying new things, using the past as a reason to stop giving something a go, that's not a good place to be. You know, we want to be able to make fresh decisions based on fresh information, based upon where we're at the present moment. See, things have changed. Even in the last 10 minutes, things have changed. The world changes all the time. And our goal with dealing with the past is to know that, yes, it is there. Yes, we can learn from it. But we're here in the present moment, moving into the future. There's no use dwelling on the past. I mean, some people dwell on all of the negatives of their past, and that's an even worse scenario where all they do is relive negative things, negative times, negative stuff that was said to you. Look, if your dad said something negative to you when you were a kid, you're past it now. It's a long time ago. Remember the movie, and I'm sure you've seen it, The Lion King. My kids made me watch it quite a few times. And the monkey comes up to Simba and he swings the bat and hits him over the back of the head with his stick. And he says, "Oh, what did you do that for?" And he said, "It's in the past, it doesn't matter." And he swung at him again and he ducked and he said, "See, you learned from the past." You know, and this is one of the things. The past is great for us to learn from. But there's no use holding on to all of the old emotions or the old anchors that hold you back. Time to take the lesson. That's how you remove an anchor. You take the lesson and you move forward. Let's take a look then. In fact, let's jump the present and go to the future. Because the future is kind of interesting. A lot of people that live or are future-oriented, again, the past-oriented people, they're the relivers. The future-oriented people, I call them the gunners. They're going to do this or going to do this. You know, they've all these plans, but don't do anything with it. They've got all of these ideas that they never fulfill on, that they never follow through with. You know, the future-oriented people also, it's amazing how they've already lived their life before they get there. You know, they picture a certain event happening in a certain way, and they're already depressed because it didn't happen the way they thought it would in their head. You know, the future-oriented people, yes, you've got to spend time future-oriented. Maybe 20% of your life, 15, 20% of your life future-oriented, 5 or 10 past-oriented. But, you know, 80% has to be in the present moment if you really want to get results. The future, got to have a plan. Too many people that are future-oriented, they have plenty of dreams and goals, but they haven't put it into a plan of how it's going to actually happen. What is actually got to be done to make this happen? As soon as you start putting that in, then you're going to start seeing results, real results. Let's get to the present moment then, and how does the present moment actually work? Well, you know, it's a very simple thing. If we spend 80% of our life in the present moment, it's that dance between the intention of the future and the attention of focusing our time and energy on what we're doing right here, right now. The more we can focus our attention on what we're doing right here, right now, the better the results we're going to get. You know, this is the place where you get real intuition, because the spirit and matter are meeting in that exact moment. This is the time. If you think about the times when you've been most present in your life, kids are the best at being present. Kids, they have no idea of the future. They don't care about the past. They're in the present moment. They will jump up and down in the puddle, even if it gets all their shoes wet on the way to a wedding ceremony. They don't care. They're present. You know, think of those moments. I know when I drive race cars, I'm extremely present when you're racing at high speeds. Jumping out of aeroplanes, you know, the things that keep you on a high that make sure you're extremely present. Well, what if you could be that way during your work environment? How much results would you get? You know, that's staying of absolute present. You can't steer a boat in the future and you can't steer a boat in the past. You've got to steer it in the exact present moment. The knowledge, the beliefs of being in the present moment is where you're going to get the results. So of the past and of the future and of the present, the best place to spend most of your time is in the present. Yes, you've got to have a plan for the future. Yes, you've got to take the lessons of the past. But give yourself the benefit of spending most of your time in the present moment, and therefore you'll get the best results. I'm Brad Sugars, and these are the Business Basics.